Hey, how's it going guys? It's Thompson or Animania11 and I am back again today for another session of Pokemon Showdown where I try to use a creative team but it probably won't work in the battles that I'm showing you guys because that's just the irony of recording. Anyway, today we have a team that I got inspired by DunDeal Bischoff or whatever his name is. He had a Throwback Thursday, it came out Friday for me because I'm in Australia, but whatever. Where he used a Sap Sipper Whirlpool Perish song, Azumarill. And I thought that, and it was a glitch in Showdown at the time because obviously you can't have that because Whirlpool's a HM move from Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and they can't get Sap Sipper from that. So I thought, well, why not try that in a legal set in OU at the moment? So I decided to base it around this Whirlpool Perish song, Azumarill. So we have ourselves a slightly stupid team, but I sort of like the way that it works. It's worked alright, but given the irony of my past couple of sessions, it probably won't now that I am recording. So we have Azumarill, our Azumarill, which is Whirlpool Perish song, allows us to trap and kill things off with Perish song, and then just rest, sleep, talk so that we have some sort of reliable recovery. Just a max special defensive set with 100 base HP and 80 defenses. It's not too bad of a wall, and it's quite amusing when you get to kill something off with Perish song. So we do have Azumarill. So then paired up with that we have Fufu Thorn. Fufu was in the video with DunDeal, so I decided to name Ferrothorn after that. Just a sort of special defensive set. I kind of made up the EVs off what I knew. No Gyro Ball because we are running Thunder Wave, which also means that we're not running a minus speed nature, Leech Seed, Stealth Rocks, Power Whips, Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave just helps to slow down opponents' teams and stuff. Leech Seed, Stealth Rock, obviously Hazard Support's pretty good. Next up we have a Firewater Grass Core, so the last part of that is Charizard X, just a specially defensive set to pair up with the mixed defensive Ferrothorn and the defensive Azumarill. Will-O-Wisp, Roost, Dragon Claw, Fire Punch. The last two stab moves I just picked because actually I might switch out Fire Punch or Dragon Claw. We'll switch Dragon Claw out for Earthquake just because, or else we can't hit Heat Trance, that's it. So we'll just switch that out. Specially defensive set, like I said. Odd HP so that we can switch in on 2 Stealth Rocks without Mega Evolving or whatever, and just Will-O-Wisp to cripple physical attackers. Next up we have Excadrillo, just Rapid Spinner for the team. I just decided to go for a fast Life Orb one. Mold Breaker allows us to hit things like Rotom Wash with the Levitate with Earthquake, so just sort of a standardish set there. Next up we have Blitzkrieg, Choice Scarf Raikou. I did put it shiny just to kind of psych out that it was the event one that we are actually running Rash and things might be able to outspeed us, but we're not, we're just timid with HP Ice. Extra Sensory for hitting things like Mega Venusaur, just because it's a bit more powerful than anything else that we could really run. And then just Volt Switch Thunderbolt HP Ice, kind of a standard set. And then last off we have an offensive Tornadus Therian. Tornadus Therian's one of my probably favourite Pokemon to use, just because of its versatility and Regenerator and all of that, and it forms a nice Volt Turn core with Blitzkrieg. So we're running a Life Orb one this time instead of the Assault Vest one that I normally run, just flat out offensive, max speed, max special attack, and then U-turn just for a bit of Volt Turn, like I said. Unfortunately, we are running Hurricane and Focus Blast, which aren't exactly the most accurate moves, but we'll just need to wait and see. Hopefully it won't be too bad, but let's go ahead and see about jumping right into a battle. So, hopefully we won't have the irony of me now recording and it not working, so here we go. We do have a battle straight up. So this person is going to be running a Mega Altaria, so that could be a bit dangerous just because it does have so much versatility. Although looking at his team, I'm thinking it's going to be a Dragon Dance set just because it's got 2 other physical attackers, so having that sort of 3-3 physical special mix isn't too bad. So we might be able to get some trapping in with our Azumarill on that. as long as it doesn't have too many Dragon Dances up. He's also got Landorus Therian and Magnezone, so another Volt Switch core. Keldeo could be a bit of a problem, but what do we think is going to lead off with? I'm thinking he's going to lead just with the Landorus Therian, which, if it's Choice Scarf, will probably leave in on our Blitzkrieg when we have the Choice Scarf as well, so I'm not even sure if this will kill, so just excuse me while I do jump into the damage calc here. What do we have? We have a Landorus Therian, we'll say it's Choice Scarf, and we are in with a Raikou. You Choice Scarf, HP Ice, has a chance to kill, and we will outspeed it because we do have a high base speed. So we're going to run with that chance that it is going to kill. We've got, what, 43.8% chance to kill. We don't, I mean, Raikou would be pretty good for Keldeo, I guess, but we do have some other things. So we do end up killing it. We did get a crit. You guys just saw that if it is the standard Choice Scarf set, then we had a chance to kill it anyway, so it's not that really big of a deal. I don't think it might come down to rolls. Whereas if he was, say, let's see, Landorus defensive, Uber physically defensive, yeah, so we would have only done max 90% there. So it may have been a roll, but that's just the way things go. So he's in now with the Weavile. We aren't going to stay in, obviously, so we'll just go out into this, which, holy shit, that did a hell of a lot of damage. Do we need this? We kind of do. We'll just go for the Fire Punch this turn. He missed the Icicle Crash, that sucks for him, as we will be able to take it out with a Fire Punch, so this person is unfortunately getting quite a bad bit of hacks. I mean, that first turn crit and then missing the Icicle Crash. But from, I mean, knockoff there, you could have just stayed in and gone for knockoff again, so don't really know why they did that. They're in now with the Keldeo. So long as it's not a Choice Scarf one, which I think the Landorus was Choice Scarf anyway, we can just live with our Lord. And hopefully we can hit the Hurricane. We do end up hitting the Hurricane, and we will definitely need to switch out this turn. So we'll go out into our Excadrill, just because if this is Choice Scarf or whatever, we can eat up any of its hits. And we should be free to just go for an Earthquake this turn, because he can't switch in Gengar, because we are Mold Breaker. As it turns out, that is Sash Gengar. Okay, so that's not too bad. What's he going to go for? Possibly just going to go for the Focus Blast or Shadow Ball or something. So we should just be able to sack off our Lord here, as we can go into Blitzkrieg and just get a nice Volt Switch. If he decides to stay in, then we can... I mean, if he decides to switch out, then we can see what he goes into. Or else we get a nice bit of lead initiative with... What should we go into? We'll go into Fire Dimples again, just because we do have things to deal with the Keldeo if he does decide to bring that in. So he will bring in the Keldeo this turn, as Azumarill can take it on pretty well, I would think. So that did a bit more than what I would have liked, but this turn is probably just going to go back into his Magnezone. So because of that, we're going to make the double into our own Charizard, see how that goes. So he is back in with Magnezone. At this point, do we need this for anything? I mean, Will-O-Wisp would be nice on that physical Altaria, if it is physical, but otherwise, because we are specially defensive, I don't think he should be able to take us out with any one hit, so should be alright. And I just noticed that we didn't put genders, so this is male, that is male. We'll go with female for that. Excadrill though can be female, and that's it. So he's just going to go for the Volt Switch there, not doing a hell of a lot to us, as he will make a nice switch into Altaria as we go for that hit. So he's going to Dragon Dance up. We will need to see if this is the... what's the name? The refresh set, because if it is, then that could be a bit of a problem. But I think we should be able to take it on alright with our Fufu Thorn. Set up the Leech Seed on it. They don't usually carry Fire Blast. They're carrying Fire Blast. Okay, well, go back on what I just said, or was about to say. This thing is getting worn down pretty quickly here though, so I think we might just... we need to keep Blitzkrieg around for that. We need to keep Excadrill around for that, so I think we will just be able to switch into our Azumarill, eat up that Fire Blast, the nice thick fat, and the resisted hit, easily allowing us to take that, as this turn we'll just go for the Whirlpool, just getting a nice bit of residual damage there. The Burn, the Leech Seed, and the Whirlpool should be able to take it out. So, not quite doing its actual job there, but we did manage to get a kill with our Azumarill. So, not too bad so far. At least we're getting some work here with this Azumarill, as we don't need this anymore. We can just leave it in, as he is going to go for the Flash Cannon. This is just a free switch into our Excadrill, as an Earthquake will be doing a hell of a lot to anything that he wants to go into. If he goes into Keldeo, we should be able to do a massive amount to that. If he stays in with the this thing, then we'd be able to deal with that. So we don't need Fire Dimples anymore, so we'll just sack this off, as it's just going to go for the Sacred Sword. Here's the Life Orb that takes him out, as at this point... what were we going to? We'll just go into Ferrothorn, see if we can set up some Leech Seed on it. I'm not trying to be a dick about this, it's just that if it is, say, Choice Specs or something with Hidden Power Fire, it could be a bit of a problem, although we should be able to outspeed. If it's Choice Specs, then we can outspeed with this. If it's Choice Scarf, then it may be a bit of an issue. So it's Choice Scarf, as it will be able to take us out. Did we just screw this game over? See, this is where having what's name would come in handy. Having Aura Sphere. So we will unfortunately just need to go for Thunderbolt. How much will this be doing? That only does 20%, so we will be able to just scrape out the win with our Raikou, so even if he got a crit there, it wouldn't have mattered. So, not too bad of a first battle. If we can keep up this record, then we may actually be able to prove our point with the team in this session, instead of what I normally do, which is just sort of stuff it up. As this person's got a very unusual team, so UU, Starmie's UU at the moment as well, isn't it? Cofagrigus is UU, and Heracross is UU. So, I'm expecting that to be his Mega, just because Mega Ampharos is more, well, normal Ampharos is less useful than normal Heracross. What is the lead going to be? It may just be this. If not, then we can just switch out. So he's going to end up leading off with the Excadrill as his Balloon Excadrill. I think we'll just go first turn for the U-turn just to break that balloon, as it turns out that he is Mold Breaker. What do we have to switch into this? We can't switch this in because he would be going for a Rock type move, I would expect. Do we see if we Speed tie with this? He doesn't have any ground immunities, so he does have the Stealth Rock, which makes me think that is probably not a max speed set. So we will just go for the Earthquake there, doing a solid chunk to that Cofagrigus. And now what can we go into? I think this may be an opportunity that we can Perish Trap this Cofagrigus. I'm thinking this is Dunmarill's time to shine. So we go for the Whirlpool, not doing a hell of a lot there, as it's just going to go for the Pain Split. I don't really care about that, as hopefully we can take 2 Shadow Balls. So Shadow Ball doing 29% there. We will be able to rest up next turn, and this should be a dead Cofagrigus. I mean, that's the thing about the Rest Talk, is that we do get all of our HP back with the thing of being asleep. So Perish in 2, we can just stay in here and Sleep Talk, and there's... Wait, aren't Ghost types? Ghost types are only immune to trapping abilities, isn't it? I think so, because or else this could really backfire on me. As this turn... That's the only thing that could outspeed Charizard, unless that's Choice Scarf. We'll just go into this, because we can Volt Turn out on anything that he wants to. If he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, then it won't be that big of a deal, because we are obviously a special attacker. As now is probably just going to switch into Excadrill. I mean, that'd be my play. Because we are Choice Scarf, so we outspeed absolutely everything on the team. As he decides to go out into Ampharos. That's fine with me, because we can just Volt Switch on this. As it is Mega Ampharos, not really anything unexpected about that. And we can just go into Excadrill here. As if he predicts that, he'll go for the Focus Blast. As he goes for the Agility. Okay, that could be a little bit concerning. As no, it doesn't look like he has the Focus Blast there. As he just makes a switch out into Heracross. Is resisted, but we still do 49%, so... what do we have? We need to get a chance to spin with this. I'm thinking we can go out into Azumarill, just because we resist all of its hits, as Earthquake's going to be doing 25%. Is this thing Scarfed? We will need to see. Because if this thing's Scarfed, then we do have a free switch into our Lord, which means that we can fire off a pretty heavy hit on anything that he wants to go into. And Lord does outspeed everything on his team, as he's going to switch into Ampharos. That's going to be fine. We can just U-turn out of here. If he wanted to make the double prediction, then that's fine. We will just go out into our Excadrill here, and he's going to go for the Dragon Pulse. We can just eat that up. I'm feeling that he's going to want to preserve this at the moment, however. So we'll just go for the Rapid Spin, get rid of those Stealth Rocks, meaning that we do have free switches again. So we'll just sack off our Azumarill here. Unfortunate to see it go, but it doesn't really have any other purpose in this battle, I don't think, as he's running Brick Break. Okay. How many turns have we used Sleep Talk? So there's one. So we've only used it once, so we still have another turn of sleep here, unfortunately. We will need to stay in, risk whatever it goes for, as it's going to go into the Ampharos. If we could get a Perish Song here, that will limit its sweeping capabilities, as I think we'll just go... This could be useful for the this thing, Heracross. So we will stay in there, going for that hit, as it's going to go for the Hidden Power. Wonder if that's Hidden Power 5 for Ferrothorns or something? As this will give us a free switch into our Excadrill now, because we didn't make the obvious switch into Excadrill last turn, so now he should be expecting us to stay in and just go forward the Whirlpool or something, or Sleep Talk, as he goes for the Thunderbolt. As no, he is just going to switch out into Azumarill, as... What do we need? Do we need this for anything? This will be useful against that. So I think we will just go out into our Ferrothorn, as he's just going to go for the Waterfall. That's doing a hell of a lot of damage there. I know we're specially defensive, but I think that would be Choice Bandit or something, I'd have to say. As we do get the Leech Seed off on the Ampharos. Stealth Rock's not really going to be doing much for this team, as he's just going to be going for the Hidden Power, right? I wouldn't expect him to do anything else. Hidden Power. As he goes for Agility, okay, that's a little concerning. Is he going to go for the Thunderbolt, or is he going to go for the Dragon move? Because if we Mega and he goes for the Thunderbolt, we resist it. If we don't Mega, then we're hit super effectively. If he goes for the Thunderbolt, then if we don't Mega, we're hit super effectively, and we're just going to need to risk it. Mega, he's going to go for the Thunderbolt. We do make the correct play there, take out this Ampharos, so that will mean that he doesn't really have anything left that really wants to stay in on our Tornadus, which will be good. We should be able to get a couple of things done with Tornadus now that he doesn't have a free switch in. We outspeed everything unless something's Choice Scarf. We've seen that this is Air Balloon, which we've broken. We think this is Choice Banded, which means Will-O-Wisp will be crippling it, as he just stays in and goes for the Brick Break. I'm very confused by this Azumarill set. I mean, we're running a stupid Azumarill set anyway, so I'm not really one to make a comment about it, but it's still unusual to me. So, he goes into Starmie. We're neutral to any of its hits. That said, Ferrothorn can just come in and is running Hidden Power something. Hidden Power Ground? Is it? Maybe? I'm not really sure. We'll just go for the Leech Seed, as he's going to go for the Scald. I don't care if we get burnt. Ferrothorn's not exactly the most offensive thing in the world anyway, and it will allow us to take these hits slightly better. I would be making the switch into Heracross at this point if I were him. I mean, that's burnt, and that still did 53% to a Starmie, so he had no reason to stay in there. This will... I mean, if he's going to play well, he's going to go... No. He's going to say if he plays well, then he's going to go into this, but it looks like he's not. So, Excadrill just sets up the Stealth Rocks again. That only takes a quarter now, because we did get rid of our Flying type. That'll take a quarter. It's not really that big of a deal anymore. We'll just stay in and go for the Power Whip here. As he makes a switch into Azumarill, I'm really not agreeing with some of this guy's plays, but that's just my opinion. As we will go for the Power Whip again. As Brick Breaks, 38% isn't too bad. Iron Barbs, we should have gone for the Stealth Rocks that turn, just because it would cripple this thing a little bit more, but it's not too big of a deal. As now, he doesn't have a hell of a lot left. He's got 2 physical attackers. We can hopefully get another Perish Trap off on this with our Azumarill. That'd be really nice to finish off the battle. As Excadrill should just go for Earthquake there. Yeah. So making some alright plays now. As we can just go into Lord, and at this point a Heat Wave should be able to take this thing out. It's more accurate than our other moves, and even if this thing's Choice Scarf, it needs to lock itself into a move that one of our other Pokemon will resist. So, let's see. So it is Choice Scarf, which means at this point... Okay, his Moxie Choice Scarf. That's cool. We'll go into DunMarill, see if we can finish this off with DunMarill. As Rock Slide's going to do 25%, so we will be able to take that. We will get the Whirlpool off, as at this point Whirlpool may actually take it out before we can pull a Perish Song, so not too bad. We get the Perish Song, and DunMarill will be able to finish this battle off for us. So we'll just go for the rest on this turn when we wake up. He won't be able to do anything to us, and I think that will be a battle. So hitting 25 minutes here, I think that will be enough for the session. we did actually get 2 successful battles there, and a nice bit of showing off Perish Trap Azumarill in this last battle. So we will take it out, and that will be a nice 2-battle victory for us. So if you guys did enjoy the battle and the little bit of a spoof thing, Azumarill, I mean, most of the time I criticize people who use stupid sets, but there's a balance between being stupid and being creative, and I think this is somewhat lived up to that reputation of being stupid but creative and actually working, as we've seen in this battle. So if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like, leave a subscription to the channel if you do want to see more, and I'll see you guys all next time for the next video. Peace.